All right, guys, how we doing? So this like a afternoon post there, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get this camera right here. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a great day, particularly out east, all my family and friends out there. It's probably approaching here the end of the day out there. Shout out to all the service members and veterans too, as I'm doing this video. Okay, my fellow soldiers and veterans, thank you for what you do. So let me get right into it. All right, and I meant to do this article before, but I'm going to do it now because now's the time to do it. So Lieutenant of the Marines, Lieutenant Colonel Shusheller, all right, Shusheller, all right, was a battalion commander out there, commanding a battalion out there in Afghanistan. All right, I don't know where he was stateside, but he was released from a rig. Actually, he was locked up for making demands to his superior officers, particularly offending people in the Pentagon. Okay, demanding accountability of why things went on the way they did in Afghanistan. And I made some posts about that. All right, but because I believe that let's just say like this, the executives and with the campaign that we have, all right, some president, I think made some really, I don't know, made some bad mistakes, and he just didn't listen. All right, he didn't listen to some of those superior officers, and and as a result, the way that, or the events that happened in Afghanistan at the end of August were very, very unfavorable. But back to this this gentleman here, all right, that he was locked up for basically getting on sites like YouTube and Instagram, LinkedIn, and demanding accountability, all right, for why things were going on the way that they did in Afghanistan. Okay, all these things like these unmanned attacks on civilians, these bombings and all that. Okay, why did they pull those troops out in the first place? Okay, which I felt like they should have left those troops there. Okay, or otherwise, what's the point of even coming over there? Just like a 20-year waste. Okay, so yeah, he was locked up August 26th, and he was just released today. He was released this morning, so he was pretty much in the brig for like 6 weeks. All right, I saw somebody got new there just a second ago, so sorry about that. So right now, the Navy wants to throw the JAG office. Okay, that's basically like the legal office where they deal with, have court cases for what they call UCMJ. That's the Uniform Code of Military Justice. If you guys don't understand military jargon, all right, where it's its own legal system, okay, where they have non-judicial punishment and judicial punishment, all right, where this guy's going to have a legal battle, but at the same time that those superior JAG officers that I just told you about, they're considering probably just throwing out the case and just asking him to retire. Okay, but some of the charges, they were serious charges, were unbecoming conduct of an officer and a gentleman. Okay, what else? Slander against superior officers and disrespect. Okay, disrespect is a big thing there in the military, where there's a lot of guys that end up getting caught up. All right, end up on things like extra duty, end up getting locked up for disrespect. Okay, of their superiors, not being where they're supposed to be. So these are some of the charges or whatever, and almost, you know what I'm saying, he was bordering basically treason. All right, I didn't say it was treason, okay, but it's kind of similar to that. All right, let me say this: I do respect the Lieutenant Colonel Shusheller, all right, for being a pretty much what they call a soldier. All right, there's not too many players in the game that are really soldier. All right, they just get brought up in a certain way in which all they give a damn about is getting ranked. They don't give a damn about them damn soldiers or whatever. Okay, they just care about getting command from command to command, maybe getting into government contracting, investing. All right, and those guys, them officers, they come out in 20 years and end up being millionaires. Okay, and all the other perks. But this man here, and there's a few of them out there that really, I think, that cares about, you know, his people. All right, the people underneath him. All right, he gets his too. He's an officer, but you know, he cares about the safety and welfare of his soldiers. All right, and that's the way he'll probably end up going out, with a lot of respect for the people under him. But you do have to look at it like this: whether you are in the military or whether you are out, you know, it's cool to think like that. You also have to consider there also is a hierarchy. Okay, I've seen this happen outside of the military sphere. Okay, so you guys see that sometimes there's coaches fired, all right, for getting too big for their britches or whatever. Okay, but that's a story for another day. So this is what this guy is potentially facing. Let me tell you a little story. Something like this had happened before, actually, about 10 years ago with General McChrystal. All right, and actually at the time, I was working in Afghanistan when this happened, and I do remember General McChrystal being part of the command when I was in the Army. Okay, but he ended up becoming like the chief of staff and disrespected President Obama. He wasn't that bad of a guy, but all right, was saying things like, was calling him a clown and all this stuff, and Joe Biden and Obama was a clown from 85 or whatever. So, you know, President Obama had called him to come back over there to the states he was commanding in, I believe, in Afghanistan, and asked him to resign or whatever. He was going to fire him. This also happened, the infamous case, if you guys study military history, with General George MacArthur. Okay, he was a naval commander. He had all this prestige or whatever. Okay, he had led sailors out there to that big battle out there in the Midway battle, also to Korea. Okay, had a lot of valor and a lot of respect, but himself and President Truman had got into it over Korea once they had conquered the whole country. And although Truman didn't really give him an answer, all right, that President Truman went behind his back or whatever and tried to go ask for help from Europe. Okay, when Europe was just repairing themselves from the Second World War. All right, so it was attempted treason, and he ended up getting fired for stuff like this. Okay, so you do have to look at it to where, you know, nobody's too big for their britches anywhere. All right, that, yes, I understand that, but and actually this is General MacArthur. He had a case, but then again, there's a civilian and control, as well as also, you know, superiors or a chief of staff or whatever. Okay, somebody over him. But actually, the military is civilian control. But back to this guy right here. Okay, I do admire the guy, but sometimes, hey, words got power. All right, especially with that social media, and it ended up costing his career. But I do admire this guy for, you know, putting it all on the line, and and I've heard that he's done a very good job over there. So that's just something to think about there. You have to be careful about what you say about your superiors, no matter what, no matter what difference that you make in a company or whatever corporation. And I've been telling people to get out of the corporate world, okay, if you can, all right. But yeah, you have to honor and respect your superiors, okay? And there's scriptures in the Bible that talk about that, all right? And I'm not really going to get into that, but you could just do your own little research, poke around on that, on what I just told you about. And that being said, I'm going to go work out here. Thanks for listening. Subscribe, share, leave your comments. Consider doing that, and then consider leaving a donation, okay, if you like. Cash App, $ Winston Spivey, or SPIVEW1 at unlv.nevada.edu. Thanks.